Jimmy and Sarah arrive at their new home, filled with excitement, yet unsettled by the eeriness of their perfect new neighborhood. As they unpack, the house next door looms ominously, dark and still, its windows offering no clues to the life inside. Sarah feels a subtle unease, while Jimmy brushes it off as nothing. The quiet becomes oppressive as the couple begins to feel watched, and the discovery of a half-visible figure in the window staring at them chills them to the core. Days pass, but the unsettling presence of the figure at the window only grows. Jimmy tries to dismiss it, but Sarah becomes increasingly disturbed. The figure seems to watch them constantly, its unblinking gaze sending shivers down their spines. That night, after an eerie encounter in the backyard, Jimmy realizes the figure is Tom, and the realization sends terror flooding through him as he struggles to make sense of the situation. The tension escalates when Sarah hears something outside, leading them to discover Tom's movements in their backyard. Jimmy calls out to him, but the figure runs, leaving them shaken. The figure reappears, and Jimmy is horrified to recognize the face behind the shadow. Tom's twisted, emotionless expression fills him with dread. As they confront the terrifying reality, the spirit of Tom's father seems to have taken control, and Jimmy realizes their nightmare has just begun. Determined to get answers, Jimmy confronts Tom's house, only to discover a hollow wall with a hidden DVD inside. The video reveals Tom's dark past and the tragic truth of his father's murder. As the chilling video plays, Jimmy realizes that Tom's spirit is being controlled by his father's ghost. This revelation only deepens the horror as the ghost's influence spreads, and Jimmy finds himself trapped in a web of terror far darker than he imagined. Jimmy can no longer ignore the terror lurking next door. Stepping outside into the cold, he heads to Tom's house, feeling the oppressive weight of the silence. No lights, no movement, just an unnatural stillness. When he knocks on Tom's door, no answer comes, and the tension thickens as he feels the air grow colder, darker. In the upstairs window, Tom's face appears, but it's no longer the man he knew. It's something much darker, twisted with rage, and it's staring at him. Frozen in fear, Jimmy hears a voice in the cold night whispering, "You can't escape." He stumbles back, overwhelmed by the sensation of being watched, the night air closing in on him. He tries to leave, but feels the darkness pressing against him. As he drives away, the oppressive fear follows him, and he shares his harrowing encounter with Sarah. But even as he seeks comfort, the shadow of Tom's spirit looms over them, unwilling to let them go. Obsessed with finding the truth, Jimmy returns to Tom's house and sneaks into the basement. He uncovers old photographs that reveal a terrifying history. Tom's father, once a violent man, now a restless spirit. Realizing the ghost has been inside Tom for years, Jimmy's horror intensifies. When he tries to warn Sarah, she doesn't believe him, and the tension between them grows. That night, strange scratching noises in the walls confirm his worst fear. The spirit of Tom's father has now entered their home, and it's too late to run. Tom returns, but he's no longer the same man, his eyes hollow, his movements jerky and unnatural. The spirit that controls him now speaks directly to Jimmy, whispering, "You belong to me now." As Jimmy's vision blurs, he sees the terrifying form of Tom's father lurking behind him. Sarah confronts Tom, but he's no longer her neighbor. He's a vessel for something much darker. The house shakes violently as the spirit's grip tightens, and Jimmy and Sarah are forced to confront the entity that controls Tom. Desperate to escape, Jimmy and Sarah try to flee, but the house traps them inside. The door won't open, and the windows shatter as the ghost of Tom's father manifests, a monstrous, terrifying figure. They run to the basement, only to find a door leading outside, but when they open it, a voice warns them, "You can never leave." The atmosphere grows, suffocating, as they realize they have no escape. With nowhere else to turn, Jimmy and Sarah prepare for a final confrontation with the spirit. The ultimate battle for their lives begins. Tom's spirit attacks. Now fully possessed and glowing with an otherworldly energy, Sarah fights back. Tom's spirit is too strong. Jimmy makes one final, desperate move, confronting the entity head. In the chaos, the house begins to collapse, walls crumbling as the spirit is finally consumed by its own darkness. As the dust settles, Jimmy and Sarah emerge from the wreckage, their lives shattered, but the fear in their eyes suggests that the nightmare may not be over.